there's never a problem with you. And if anyone tells you there's a problem with you, then don't go back there. That's all I can advise. If anyone says there's no one for there to be a problem with. And it's really never the fault of the student, so to speak, or the participant, or whatever you call yourself. Look to the teacher in teaching for the responsibility to be able to teach in an unerring way that naturally awakens the vitality of your own being, if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. What's natural is natural to everyone, no matter what the events of your life up to this point have been. So if the events of your life have been things you don't even want to think or talk about, and they just seem so out of control that you can't even believe you've made it this far, or if you've been absolutely perfect and you see yourself in that way, or if you're somewhere in between, just relax. It matters not. Who we are isn't controlled by any conventional belief or concept. It's not spiritual. It's not non-spiritual. Completely beyond extremes. Never controlled in any way by any kind of conventional ideas about anything, such as reincarnation, karma, original sin. What is originally pure from the beginningless beginning has never been tainted or stained in any way. Forever stainless, flawless knowing knows everything is itself, no matter what it is. The good moods, the bad moods, disease, no disease, love and wonderfulness, or the opposite of that. So, there's nothing that needs to be changed. It's in the complete freedom of everything as it is, which is perfect all at once, that we realize the perfection of our own being. The perfection of our own being can't be contrived. It can't be twisted into shape. In what has always been pure, there's no need for purification of anything. There's no need for refinement of anything, or transformation, or analysis, or anything at all. There's truly nothing that need be done. And the complete relaxation of everything as it is, everything is guaranteed to be totally free, no matter what appears. Now, sometimes these ideas that we need to change are very ingrained, because there are a lot of books and people that say that, right? But not all the books and people say that. So this is very good news. I'm not the only one who says this. What I'm saying to you today is timeless wisdom. It's been passed down generation to generation for thousands and thousands of years. The most simple of all instructions, the most simple of all practices, to rest imperturbably without seeking anything in what appears, and without describing anything about what appears. So simple, so easy. But what already is, it has to be simple and easy. It has to be something that we can directly access if we haven't, and do so in a joyful, loving circumstance that is easeful, that is effortless, where we always feel like we'll be supported rather than torn down or tempted to believe even more that we need to change things about ourselves. Whatever qualities that we want to display in some magnificent way, they're already naturally present, and they're not uncovered by beating them out of the closet. They're by pounding on the door until they come out sheepishly. They're already Really, within each of us, and I know this through my own direct experience and the experience of many others that I've had the pleasure to be with over the last 25 years, there's a tremendous exuberance of well-being, talent, optimism, total love, wisdom, and energy that's naturally present in everyone already. So it isn't a matter of finding it somewhere where it exists outside yourself. It's already present, and it's only by resting imperturbably, resting naturally, repeatedly, in the direct encounter with all the ideas that you might have about yourself, that it becomes more obvious that this is so. What is obvious in everyone, and no one needs to change even an iota. In what is truly non-dual, there is primordial perfection. That means fundamental perfection. There's fundamental purity, and the wholly positive expanse is of a wholly positive nature. Everything about it is of a wholly positive nature. And that can't be realized through picking things apart and saying, oh, this needs to be adjusted, this needs to be modified, this needs to be tweaked, this needs to be undone. Everything's already been undone from the very beginning, from the beginningless beginning. So there's really nothing that needs to be changed. When we take all of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations and experiences as things that need to be modified or changed in some way, then usually when we need to do simple things like make decisions or choices, then we think a lot about those decisions beforehand. And there are many, many thoughts, and they're very difficult to stop. And then finally the decision point is reached, the decision is made. And then after the decision, more thoughts. Did I make the right decision? Is this indeed the thing that I need to do? So effortless, uncontrived living is living that doesn't rely on words and concepts. So it just relies on natural wisdom that's obviously and evidently present and doesn't require thinking. It doesn't require thinking for the wisdom to come about. The wisdom naturally appears in an effortless way. Well, when anger comes up, there are a number of approaches to it. And so I'll list those right now. 1 is to indulge it. 2 is to avoid it. 3 is to replace it with a positive state. And 4 is to rest as flawless awareness. And from flawless awareness, see all as flawless awareness until all is flawless awareness. And in that, there is a totally balanced view of what's ever occurring. You see, if you take the first 3 routes, indulgence, avoidance, or replacement, then it keeps you caught in anger and some kind of an antidote to the anger. But if you rest as awareness, then you have a balanced view of everything. If you've blown up at someone and the anger's gone that far, in other words, it's gone from the initial flare of anger into an action, then you know automatically how to make direct changes in that relationship if they need to be made. And so you just know what to do and how to act. In the first 3 approaches, it is only possible, for example, through avoiding anger or replacing anger with a positive state. It neutralizes the anger. It doesn't resolve the anger entirely forever in a non-dual expanse. It's only in coming to the definitive conclusion in one's own experience that everything is equal, that anger is eventually completely resolved. Otherwise, it's just neutralized. we all want to live well with others and have a peaceful life and a happy life where we have good relationships. And many of us today, more than ever, really want to be of benefit to the whole. We don't just want to find the self-benefit in getting familiar with awareness. We want to be a benefit to the whole too. And the power to do that comes from wisdom awareness. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It can't be cultivated or developed. If we start to try to cultivate and develop good states to replace negative states, then we'll have a lifetime of doing that. Within us already is tremendous benefit that does not need to be cultivated. It's completely beyond cultivation and development. We can only get to know it by enjoying the ease of our being.